Hi guys! So guess what? I've got myself into another dilemma because of my ridiculous planner addiction, and I thought that as always I would share my current thought process with you, my fellow planner addicts. So in a relatively recent video, I told you about my dilemma as to whether I should decorate my 2017 A6 Hobonichi. So my 2016 Hobonichi, which is in a Zinidora Unicorn personal sized Fodori at the moment, which I absolutely love, has been well and truly decorated. This started with my obsession with the Mambi Value Pack stickers, which I'm still totally obsessed with. And this was my only planner that I could decorate at the time. So I got a lot of really good suggestions. The majority of people who were responding to that video thought that I should decorate it, but some other people also suggested maybe I should get another planner that didn't have such thin paper and focus on decorating that instead. So obviously, being a planner addict, I was like, another planner, you say? Interesting. Well, I guess I have no choice. Because the issue was that I really like decorating this, but because the Tomoe River paper is so thin that if you have a whole year's worth of stickers in it, it can get really bulky. This is the 6-month version, the Avec, and so it's not so bad. But next year, I've got the full year version. So I kind of decided to do a compromise. I thought I will decorate this in 2017, but I'll only use the clear stickers, which are not quite as bulky, and I won't put so many on. But I still need to get my decoration fixed from somewhere. So I was thinking about this idea of getting another planner, and then I thought, what I'm missing in my lineup is a weekly overview pretty planner, because I have a work planner and a personal planner, and I'll talk more about my lineup in the next couple of days when I do my 2017 planner lineup video, so I won't go into too much detail about that. But I didn't have a planner that was just like an overview of my week and was fully decorated, and so this was born. So I talked about this in another video as well, so a lot of you are already probably aware of its existence. This is a Leuchtturm A5 week on 2 pages horizontal layout, which I wanted because it doesn't have any lines and it's perfect for this kind of pretty planning, and I'd never done anything like this before in a BAM planner. So I'm really digging this. This is just awesome. This is the first week that it's actually, it started on Monday, and I've been enjoying it so much. So the purpose of this planner really was just to have a space to put all of those Mambi stickers that I couldn't put anywhere else, because like I've said, this planner is just my daily to-do list. So for something like the laundry sticker, for example, or the hydrate stickers, I didn't want to put that kind of thing in here because this is just like, it's kind of like a brain download. It's just like I get up in the morning and I list all the things that I have to do, and then I keep adding to it as the day goes on. So it's really supposed to be totally functional, very basic. And obviously, because this is A6, if I were to put a gigantic laundry sticker on here, it would take up a lot of room. And, I really just want this to be a kind of bullet journal type list, just a to-do list. That's all it is. No appointments, nothing else like that. It's very simple. So there are a lot of stickers in these value packs, which I love, but I wouldn't be able to use in the daily planner, even if I was decorating it. So, and things like weekend banners and like family time and all that kind of stuff, it just didn't really seem appropriate for here. And because I don't decorate my other planners, there was no place to put them. So they've all ended up going in here, and I've actually ended up really enjoying this. This has become one of my favorite planners, both because I love putting the stickers on and it's so satisfying, and I feel like it makes tasks a lot more fun. Like, for example, hydrate. I have not been great at tracking water, and I think tracking water is not the sort of thing that you need to do all the time, but I do notice that like sometimes I will kind of go the whole day and not really remember how much I've drunk. So I thought, well, I might as well, since I've got the hydrate stickers, I'll put them down. And I have enjoyed tracking it so much because, like every time I finish a mug of tea, I'm like, ooh, hydrate sticker. I get to tick it off. And the same with the laundry. Never in my life have I enjoyed doing laundry as much as when I got to do it because of this sticker. So I really do think that it helps with a lot of tasks that would otherwise just be boring and mundane. Another thing is meal planning. Like, for the first time ever, because I've got these meal planning stickers, somehow we've like kind of planned every dinner, and it's just been really easy. And I swear it's down to the meal planning stickers. So I just really, really love having this pretty planner with all the decoration. And so this is definitely here to stay. The idea of this is kind of to give me just a basic overview of the week. And I do put in some tasks, but it's kind of guided by whatever is in the sticker books, because, I'm not going to put everything, all the details in. The details will go either in my personal planner or in my work planner. And then when it comes to the day and I just want to make a big chronological list, it will go in here, if that makes sense. So this is just to give me like a pretty overview of my week. So it includes work, it includes personal stuff, it includes, things like hydrate and meal planning. And it's just kind of like a mix of just an overview of my life. So that's this one. Totally happy with this. But then I got greedy. That was not enough. And I felt like I still wanted to do more decoration because I'm really, really so into the stickers. And I think a lot of us have had kind of a difficult year for various reasons in 2016. And just this is my impression from talking to other people and seeing, Instagram posts and stuff. And so I really felt like I needed something to kind of motivate myself and like kind of, it's very easy to just sort of fall into a depression, and I've been trying to do things that will cheer me up. And the only thing that really cheers me up is planning, and even more specifically, decorating with stickers, but like, in a functional way, more or less. And then, because I'm just an incorrigible planner addict, as you all know, I could not resist the allure of the Moleskine daily planner, which I've had before for the past few years, and so I know that I like it. But I didn't have a good reason to buy it, except as some people kindly said, so that I could review it, which is definitely more than enough reason. But then I wanted to do something with it. And so I was saying to James, I'm going to save this, I'm going to think about it. I won't do anything until the beginning of the year. And when the right thing comes to me, then I'll start using it for that. And then James said, life is short, why not just start decorating it now? And so that's what I did. So because I was having so much fun decorating, and that, kind of has really been the only thing that has been guaranteed to just put me in a great mood, I've ended up decorating the first 8 days of this. And when I started, I had no idea what I was going to use it for. Then I decided that I would use it as a kind of like positivity planner. So the night before, so let's say on the 31st, which I'm really looking forward to starting using this, even though we're now, by the way, getting to the heart of the dilemma after that long preamble. This is the dilemma, what to do with this planner. So I thought, okay, so like say on Saturday the 31st, the night before this starts, I would write in all of the like kind of positive things that I am visualizing happening the next day. So, something like wake up early, because I am rubbish at getting up early, and that's just a constant struggle. So wake up early, do yoga, cuddle with Tails and Mochi, like stuff like that. And then I would kind of be like creating a vision of my like beautiful day. And then throughout the day, I would look back on it and be like, oh yes, I'm doing all these nice things. And it was kind of like, sort of like The Secret, the idea that if you visualize something and like kind of put it in your head, then it's more likely to happen. So I was thinking of using it like that, kind of like a vision book, but just day to day. So that's one idea. Then I thought, realistically, I'm very bad at things that are not totally practical. I know that might seem silly because I've just shown you this, which is like completely decorated in a ridiculous fashion, but this is all practical. This is all just stuff that I'm doing or that's happening, right? So it's presented in a colorful, pretty way, but it still is all just practical. What I mean is like I don't do anything like art journaling or, well, any kind of journaling or memory keeping as such. I don't do it. Like I just want to kind of like know what I have to do and then do it, and then after that I don't care about it anymore. Which that's not like a principle or a philosophical position. It's just like that's how I am. I don't know why. So I thought, realistically, am I going to keep up with that? If I'm like kind of writing down all of the nice things that I want to happen the next day, is that really going to be enough to motivate me to actually use it? Because I'm somehow much better if it's like practical stuff. So then I thought, okay, just like I have this weekly pretty planner, so I'll have a daily pretty planner too. And here I'll write down, this will be my daily planner, but it's like kind of presented in this pretty way. And then inevitably when the panic sets in during the day, then I'll resort back to my less decorated, more functional list. So here I'll put in like, kind of what I expect my day to look like. So it would basically be like an extended version of this, because, this only has a little bit of room per day, whereas this would have more room. And then I thought, yeah, but isn't that getting silly even for me with like all of my different planners? Is it a bit overkill to have a weekly pretty planner, and then also a daily pretty planner, and then also a daily dirty planner, which is how I think of this one, even though it's a bit decorated? Because what's the difference between this one and this one? Obviously they look different because this is all stickers, so I would write on the stickers, and that means that there wouldn't be as much room to write, because I've got these to-do lists, these like check boxes, so I write like 6 things there. Then I put in what's for dinner, which I kind of regret, because I'm thinking actually that it would be better to have the meal planning in here. And I also put hydrate on, which I kind of regret too, because I don't want them to be redundant. I don't want to have the same information in here as in here. So really I should just pick one and stick to it. If this has like the hydrate stuff and the meal planning, it should be in here and not in here as well. So like I said, I started decorating this without a real plan of what I was going to do with it. So then I thought another alternative could be that I could use it as kind of like a daily reflection, because that's something that I don't do. Usually I'm very stressed and always late, working until like 10 o'clock, and then like have dinner really late, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff to do, like take the boys out and sort everything out for bed, and I kind of end the day on a really negative note. So I thought instead I could take the time to write in here, not my to-dos or plans, but things that I've done during the day that were positive. And that kind of I was thinking maybe the fact that I get to decorate it would be enough incentive that would sort of make me want to use it. And then I would go through the day, and it would only take like 5 minutes, but I'd write down all of the nice things that happened, and that would be a kind of positive end to the day, and a way to use this which wouldn't overlap with the other planners. So that's another possibility. I guess the only issue with that is that it kind of overlaps with my gratitude journal, because the point of the gratitude journal is to write down things that you're thankful for. But I thought I could actually separate it so that the gratitude journal was just things that I'm grateful for in general, rather than nice things that happen during the day, if you see what I mean. So the gratitude journal would have things like enough money, or clean water, or heating, or, or tails and mochi, or things that I'm just grateful for in general. Whereas this would be like, went to Starbucks, which is like a highlight of my day, or, saw a film, or just like anything nice that happened during the day. So it is kind of a form of gratitude, but it would be different so that they wouldn't be overlapping with each other. So I was thinking that would be a nice way of kind of like bringing some positivity to the day, and also I would get to decorate and it wouldn't overlap with anything else really that much. So those are basically my 3 possibilities. One is to use it as a kind of like vision book to sort of create my forthcoming day in the way that I would like it to. So like kind of write out the vision of how I would like the day to go, and then kind of check back over the course of the day and sort of try to make sure that I keep on track. So it would be like a daily planner, but a sort of positivity planner. Like the focus would be on how I want the day to go well, and hopefully the idea is that like kind of writing it out beforehand would make it more likely to happen. And then I would kind of have to keep checking it through the day to make sure that I was doing those things. The danger with that is that if my day just went completely chaotic, which it often does, and I didn't end up doing all these happy things that I was planning to do, then I would just feel disappointed and annoyed. Whereas if I hadn't like built up the expectation, then I wouldn't feel so annoyed. Like if I said, set aside some time to watch TV with James, or like sing songs or something, which is something that we want to try doing every evening, because he plays the guitar, and so we can like sing songs together, and that also always like kind of really cheers us up. So if I put in that I wanted to schedule some time to do that, and then it didn't happen because of like work emergencies or something, then I would be like, oh, and I also didn't do that, and that would make things even worse. So I'm not sure. And then the other worry, as I said, is that it kind of wouldn't be enough motivation to actually do that. But I'm thinking that because it would be decorated, and what I would do is I would decorate it in the evening, which would be like my reward for getting through the day. And then I would also be able to kind of like plan my next day. It's kind of like it's the tagline for the Ashley Shelley planners. I think it's create your best days. And that's sort of what it makes me think of, is like I would be creating my vision of the next day. So that's one possibility. Another possibility is using it as a daily overview like this, but sort of in more depth, but then not in as much depth as this, because obviously I'm using stickers, and so it wouldn't have things like, you know, like get dressed and make tea and have breakfast and stuff, which is something I really like about this, is that it just lets me plan out my whole entire day, including like trivial, silly things that I do every day, but I still like to kind of be able to take into account when I'm figuring out, you know, what I have to do next. So that's another possibility, but, and I feel like the way that my brain works, that is the one that I would be most likely to actually want to use, because it seems the most practical. But my concern is that it overlaps with this on the one hand and this on the other hand, because if I have like my general weekly schedule here, then how would I distinguish them? One way that I thought maybe of distinguishing them, if I were to do that, was to have like events and appointments in here, and then to-dos in here, because there's not a huge amount of room in here. As you can see, I put in this checklist, but I couldn't actually fit a lot of stuff in it, and I couldn't fit one of those in every day. Well, I probably could if I really, you know, thought about a way to do it, but as it's laid out, I can't really have a checklist with a lot of stuff to do every day, and so it's not that practical for like kind of actual day-to-day tasks. It's better just as an overview of like what is happening when. So I was thinking, and especially because it's got the dreaded shared weekend, which I decided to put up with because this was the only planner that I could find that was bound, that I liked the design of, that didn't have lines, which is what I wanted. And I can use the weekend banner, so it's not so bad, as I've said before. But so the point is, like, this could be my weekly overview where I see like, okay, I am going into the university this day. This is what's happening this day, you know, in a sort of general way. And then this one would be more like my tasks for the next day. But this would be the kind of detailed overview. That would be one way of dividing it. This would just be tasks, not appointments. But then it kind of overlaps with my personal planner, where I put in my tasks for the day, the tasks that are not like kind of the everyday tasks that I do every day, but, you know, things that I have to do on a specific day that I want to remember. So I'm not really sure if that will work, but I like the idea of it, because I like the idea of it being an actual planner rather than a gratitude log or a vision book. And so that's the second possibility. Then the third possibility is like kind of the opposite of the vision book for the next day. It would be the kind of like looking back and reflecting on all the positive things that had happened during the day and trying to kind of end the day on a positive note. And the pros of that are that it would kind of, well, it would give a nice end to the day and force me to focus on the positive. And it would, I guess, just this, well, whatever I do, I think I'm going to be decorating it each evening. That's my plan. And then I would fill it in either for the next day or for that day. So the cons of this are, one, that I think maybe it would kind of overlap a little bit with the gratitude journal, although, as I said, I would try to keep this focused on things that happened that day rather than general things. And again, just that, like, I'm worried that I kind of wouldn't have the motivation to keep up with it if it wasn't actually a sort of practical planner. So those are my thoughts. It could be that there is another possibility that I haven't thought of, but anything more specific, like meal planning, I think it's like a day per page is just too much for that. I wouldn't need it for that. And, you know, like finance tracking, I've already got covered. I can't think of anything else that I would need a daily planner for. So the other thing is, of course, that I could just abandon the whole project and decide that I was overzealous with the stickers and that, you know, really I should save on stickers, just focus on this for the stickers and use this for something else. But you know me, being like totally OCD where planners are concerned, it would really, really annoy me having this first part decorated and then having this all be blank. or not blank, but just writing in it. And again, I can't think of what I would use it for, what I would need a daily planner for. And the idea of having it and having decorated the first week and then not using the rest of it or waiting for another use just makes me really sad. And it would always bug me that the first week was decorated. The other thing about this, of course, is that this is using a lot of stickers, but my plan for this is not just to use Happy Planner stickers. It's to use all of the other stickers that I don't have a good place to put, because, like, for example, I have these Moomin stickers, which I love, but they're kind of too big to put in my only other planner that I decorate. So now I have like 3 different planners that I decorate right here, and also the home planner. But they're usually, my rule with this is that I just want to use Happy Planner stickers, because I just kind of want to see what it would look like to have a planner that's only decorated with Happy Planner stickers. I just think that's kind of a fun challenge. Not really a challenge, but I decided I just want to use Happy Planner stickers on this. With this one, as I've said, I'm not going to be using that many stickers because I don't want it to get too bulky. And the only other planner that I decorate is the home planner, which you've all seen recently. And that one, the spaces are too small to use big stickers. So basically this would be an excuse to use a lot of stickers that I have, because I have this giant A5 domino Filofax full of stickers, and a lot of them I just can't find anywhere to use. So I think that it's okay that this takes a lot of stickers, but maybe I wouldn't do it for more than 1 year. Like maybe next year, after I've used up all of those stickers, I wouldn't do this again, because it does take up a lot of stickers. But then again, it's less expensive than a lot of other hobbies. So I think, yeah, those are my options. Either the like kind of create your best next day, sort of like forward planning for a positive day, or looking back on the day and reflecting on the positive things that happened, or just using it as a daily planner for tasks as opposed to this one, which will be for weekly events. So that's it. I'm really stuck, and I have to decide within the next 2 days, because I would like to be able to start using this on January 1st and, you know, have committed to one use for it. I guess I could always try out all 3 and see which one I like best and then stick to that, because it wouldn't really change the format no matter what I do with it. So if I tried using this as a daily planner, saw if I liked it, and if it didn't overlap too much with this one or this one, then I could keep going like that. If it did, then I could switch to the like kind of daily reflection. And if I didn't like that, or, you know, found that I wasn't keeping up with it, then I could switch to the third option, the like kind of planning your day in advance, your sort of positive day in advance. So that's it. Let me know what you think. I know that this is a totally ridiculous dilemma, as always, so don't take it too seriously, but this is like a fun planner addict dilemma, as they always are. So I hope you enjoyed my musings as usual, and thank you so much for watching, and I will be back again soon with my 2017 lineup.